Hey there, this is Jazzman. Thanks for joining for another devlog on Ortunia Mysteries. Today we're going to highlight a light and shadow puzzle. I've been using pillars and spotlights to cast shadows on a specific spot that's important for the puzzle you're working on. Before we get to that though, we'll take a look at Chapter 5. This is the first time in video that we're getting to look at this level. We'll take a look at what's been built so far, where development stopped on Twitch and where it will continue next week when I stream next. And we'll do a time lapse of what's been built so far so that you can get an idea of how it's going. And lastly, we'll take a look at a blooper where the camera kind of got misplaced, so we'll have a bit of a laugh there. Let's get started. We are now in Chapter 5, and Chapter 5 is called The Conclusion. This is in the continuation out of the Cathedral, and as you can see we've got some stairs down. This is intended to have a corridor and some more stairs and another corridor that actually is traveling underneath the main nave of the cathedral. And as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of pillars here. I'm just going to trigger the run on the character so that goes a bit faster. And the idea is that, again, this is under the cathedral. There's going to be a lot of decorations and lighting in here, along with some props for more puzzles. There's going to be a puzzle here that will give us access to our tower base, and that's where we're getting here. You can see this level is still very much in development, and we've got the tower here all the way up there. We've got 5 different levels, and the path that we developed this was we created one level and then duplicated everything and just moved it up, moved it up, moved it up. We'll do a quick tour of one of the levels, and then we're going to do a time lapse of the Twitch session to build it. And I think that'll be kind of neat to see it go up in a bit of a faster manner. So here we go, there's level 1, and you can see we've got some work still to do, but the idea is we've got another set of stairs up in the hallway, another set of stairs up here, and then we've got level 2. Each one of these levels will have a puzzle in them in order to open the next door, and with the very conclusion of the game being located at the top of this tower in the tower level 5. Without further ado, let's get to the time lapse. And here's a lever to open the next door. Whoa. I don't know what's going on there. this is just me moving my mouse. Look at that. Wow. That is a terrible bug. We're in Chapter 4 of Ortunia Mysteries. And Chapter 4 is called The Cathedral. Go figure, considering the room I'm in. We're going to show off the light and shadow puzzle, as mentioned. But in order to trigger that, there are 2 other puzzles in this room that need to be solved. Clues for those puzzles are littered throughout this room. And once the player finds those clues, they're able to solve the puzzles to move on. Solving the puzzles will cause 2 pillars to come up out of the floor, and each one of those pillars will have a button on it that will trigger the lights. Those pillars will show up here and here. Now I could show you how to solve those now, but that would be kind of defeat the point of the game. The whole point of the game is for players to solve the puzzles themselves. If you're looking to see the puzzles, you can join me on Twitch Mondays to Thursdays, link in the description. And I just developed these puzzles on the fly. You can see the puzzles and the solutions. But otherwise, I think we should just change the state of this so that those puzzles are solved and we can show off the light and shadow puzzles. So as you can see, we've got the 2 pillars with the 2 buttons. Clicking on these buttons will trigger the lights in the light and shadow puzzle. There's one side. And we'll push this button over here to get the other side. All of the shadows from the pillars converge onto this one spot. And walking through this one spot right now will produce a sound. This sound right now is my filler sound for when a puzzle has been performed wrong. Something isn't quite right here. We obviously need to be in this particular space, but we don't have what we need also to be here. So the idea again, there'll be clues on what we need to do and what the player needs to find in order for this to be successful. And there you have it. Lights, shadows, bloopers in Chapter 5. Development on Chapter 5 will continue Monday night on Twitch. Please join me if you can. Linked down in the description. Otherwise, stay tuned. We'll have more devlogs and more shorts next week. Thanks again for joining, and we'll chat soon.